Hey guys, it's Justine, and today I'm going to tell you a story about the time that I lived in a haunted house. And I'm smiling right now, but I actually really hate that place. I guess let's just start off with a little bit of backstory. So, there's a hair in my throat. Parents got divorced in 2006 and we moved into that house in 2008. So between there, my mom got remarried. So I had a stepdad and stepsister and stepbrother. And then I have a sister and I have another little brother. But anyway, so in 2008, I think my parents got divorced in 2006. But in 2008, we moved into that house. I went with my mom and my stepdad to look at the house before they were gonna buy it, and for like an open house thing. And so my sister was at dance class that day, so then they dropped her off at dance class and we went to go look at the house. And like as soon as we got there, like even driving down the driveway, it was just like a really long gravel driveway, and I already had like really bad vibes. And I know that sounds weird, but I like pick up on vibes, so I just had really bad vibes even going up the driveway. I'm sorry. And so we got up to the house and I just had like the worst vibes, and I could tell like there was something wrong. I just didn't know. I just didn't like the house. And I told my mom that. I was like, I don't like this house. I just have weird vibes about it. And for some reason, they really liked the house because there was a lot of land and they go like hunting and stuff. So there was like woods and a lot of land for them. So they really liked it. But I told her that I didn't like it, and she just kind of was like, well, not your choice. They decided to move in. And so after we moved in, she decides to tell us that the garage was actually used as a crematory before we moved in. And I just wanted to be like, why didn't you tell us that? And I had bad vibes and you already knew that, so like why didn't that click in your brain? But so she told us that the garage was a crematory, and so I was just like, oh my gosh, like I already have bad vibes about it, and now I know that it's a crematory. So my bedroom, okay, I was in my bedroom, and then my bed is against a wall, and it just feels so weird. It's hard to explain. Okay, my bed was against the wall, and then there was a window on the other wall, and I was like against that, and I wasn't laying on like the head of my bed was against like the corners of the wall. So I was laying on the end of the bed, and there was a body mirror on the wall that I could like see like when I was laying on the end of my bed, and I was talking on the phone with one of my friends, and it was nighttime, and so I could see myself in the mirror, and I was just on the phone, and then like this black shadow like just like kind of goes behind me like in the mirror, and I started freaking out and I started crying on the phone, and my friend was like, are you okay? And I was like, no, I'm not okay. I told my mom like all these stories that happened, and she just kind of just blew it off until things started happening to her. So she was like, it's probably just your imagination. But I wasn't okay, and I was crying, and I was scared to sleep in my room. And and I was in my room by myself, but most of the time, like either my stepsister was in there or my sister was there. So that was pretty scary. Second weird thing that happened that I can remember. So I have my bed up against my window in my room, and there was a swimming pool outside like of my sister's room. The swimming pool was outside my sister's room, and I was just like laying in bed. It was really late. It was probably like 2 or 3 a.m. and I could hear someone like in the pool. Like I could hear like I know it sounded like an old man because like I could hear like an old man coughing, and like you could hear the water moving around in the pool. And I was just so confused of like why somebody would be in the pool at like 2 a.m. So I looked out my window, but I couldn't really see out my window. So my stepsister's bed, her bed was like, it was like a mattress that was pushed under my bed until she came over like every other week, and we would pull the mattress out. So then she would like sleep on the mattress like right beside my bed. And then So I like literally like hopped over her and I went to my sister's room and she was in her bed and her bed was up against her window too. So I just climbed on her bed when she was asleep and looked out the window and I didn't see anybody out there. But like the water was kind of moving a little bit. So that was kind of scary. And I told my mom the next morning and she was like, well, she had my dad, actually, my stepdad, go check the woods, which I don't see why there would be anybody there in the morning. But he went and like looked in the woods behind the house and he couldn't find anybody. So the third one that I can remember was actually like really scary because I've like seen ghosts and stuff before or like felt it but like I've never been like touched by one, and I feel like I was for this one. So I was in the shower, just taking a shower, and like I felt something like grab my arm and I started crying. I started freaking out. I just jumped right out of the shower and ran out of the bathroom and ran to tell my mom, and I was like crying, and she actually felt bad for me that time because I was crying. But I threw a towel on really fast. I just kind of grabbed it and like ran out. But yeah, I didn't have any clothes on other than that. That was scary, and I was like, I'm not finishing my shower like that. I'm done now. So that's a short one, but that one was really scary when it happened. Two more that like I can remember so far. And one of them, this is gonna be hard to explain. Okay, so my bathroom is in like its own little hallway thing, and then there's like another hallway that you can kind of see the living room, but you can't see the whole living room. Well, you couldn't before they like did a remodel, but so there's like a little hallway that you could kind of see the living room, and I like walked out of the bathroom. I could see like, I think I was probably like on my phone or something, just like walking past to go to my bedroom, and I could see, which I thought was my stepdad, like sitting down in the chair in the living room, because I could see like from the corner of my eye, like he always wears work boots and jeans, so I could see that like sitting like on the chair. And I didn't think of anything of it, looking at my phone, just walking to my room. And like before I even got to my room, I realized that I was home alone. And I like turned around and like went back to the living room and there was nobody there. And then I looked out the window and there's no cars in the driveway. So then I started freaking out because I just saw somebody sitting in there, but there was nobody in there. And that's what's weird about like the whole like seeing somebody that looks like my stepdad, is because my sister saw something like that too. But she can tell her own stories because I don't really know. But so it's kind of weird that we both saw the same thing. The last one that I can remember, I gotta think because I'm sure there's like a bunch more that if I just think about it then I can remember. But okay, so we were going down the driveway. I told you it was like a really long driveway, and it was winter time, and me and my sister were going to school. Like, we were the only ones home that morning, and because everybody else had already left. And we were leaving for school, and we were driving down the driveway. And, like, in my rear view mirror, I could see someone, like a girl. I could see a girl, like, run across, I could see it in my rear view mirror, like, run across behind my car. And I, like, slammed on my brakes, and, like, it was, like, fresh snow because I just snowed that night. And I freaked my sister out really bad. I scared my sister because I slammed on the brakes and I like looked behind me and like I didn't see anything, and I told her that I saw a girl running like behind me in my rearview mirror, and she was so confused. And it was weird because I could she wasn't wearing like stuff. Why is he moving? I'm about done. Can you stop? Okay. So the girl that was running wasn't wearing clothes that you would wear in the wintertime. She was wearing like a t-shirt and like a pair of jeans, but I don't remember if she had shoes on or not, but you would not like wear that outside in the morning in the winter, like you would have a coat on. And she didn't, and she was like running across from, there was another house like on our driveway, and she was running across from that house. like just to the field, and the field was pretty flat, so if there was somebody still running, like you'd be able to see them. And we didn't see anybody, and there was like no footprints in the snow or anything. And I'm pretty sure I called my mom like on my way to school and told her what happened. And yeah, but my mom started to believe me. She has her own weird stories, and my sister has her own weird stories too. And like that one, like some of the things that happened to me happened to my sister too. So it wasn't just like us imagining it, because both people saw it. Oh yeah, so they lived there. They moved there in 2008, and they're just now selling the house. So it's been a while, and like lots of other weird things have happened. Like my dog, like all the dogs that we've had have died, like all of them, which is super weird, because like in scary movies the dogs always die. But like just like random weird stuff. And there's like this whole big story about my stepdad, but that's like a whole story time in itself. So yeah. Thanks for watching.